Sunny here. I'm going to make you a little journal today, just a quick one. This is made from a calendar, so it's quite thick cardboard, and I've put a little pocket in the front here with a little card that you can journal on. Just plenty of mostly pink dyed pages. I've got a songbook page and I've stuck a few little things in here, little butterfly, just a few bits and pieces, but mostly a blank journal so you can write in it, do whatever you want. Put a little belly band across with a journal card in the back as well. Beautiful little poem on there. So quite a good way to use up some old calendars when you finish with them. Buy some nice thick ones. This one's a really thick card that someone gave me. You can see that's the actual calendar page. So I've cut the bottom off and cut the top off to make it a smaller piece of paper. I'm just going to bring in my cutting mat here, and I am going to use a scoreboard to score this one because it's very thick. So if I don't score it, it will probably crack. So I'm just going to roughly work out where the middle is. It is almost 12 inches. So I'll just go on the 6-inch line. I'm actually going to score it on both sides. You can see someone's used this. Got all their little dates and things on there. Won't let you read all that because it's someone's personal information. And I'll just use some paper to cover the inside of that once we get to that point. So I've scored that nicely. There we go. See, it's still cracked a little bit, but I don't worry too much about that. If you wanted to, you could put some washi tape or something on there to make it stronger. But like I said, this is really thick card, so I'm not worried about it falling apart because it's quite strong. Now my fold is a little off. It's probably my original cuts are a little off. So I'm just going to use a ruler and a knife and just even it up the card here. So there's no hanging over bits. Doesn't look crooked then. What have we done there? Line up on here. There we go. Chop this little piece off here. Oops. There we go. A bit square so everything lines up a bit. That one there. Original cuts in my big cutter must have been off. It's alright, you can use a ruler and a knife, you can use scissors, you can use whatever you want to chop your card up. So we've got a little piece just here that's sticking out. I'll just level this up a bit. There you go. There we are. Journal cover. Done. Just like that. Easy peasy. So then I've grabbed some papers that I've got here to make some pages, and they're all different sizes. So obviously they're not necessarily going to fit straight into the book. So I'm going to have to cut them down. This is some music pages out of a music sheet. I'll just get a pencil. Got a builder's pencil here. Just going to mark where I need to cut. Leave a little bit of space at the edges. I'm going to use my cutter to cut this just because it's faster. Again, you don't have a cutter, just use your ruler and a knife, or draw your lines and then cut them with a scissor, whichever way you want to do it. This just makes it a lot quicker and easier for me. And we've got some fishy paper. This purpley colour goes nice with the cover there. So and it's going to be sideways, but I'm not worried about that. I've got one piece at the back here around the wrong way. It still gives you a decoration. Fold this in half. Now I'm folding these all together and trimming them. Now that, oh no, that will stick inside the cover. So do I want the border top and side, or do I want the border side and bottom? Because part of it's going to get cut off. So I'm going to cut the top off and leave it at the bottom. You've got a nice journaling space in the middle. So this is actually writing paper that I've had for so long. It's honestly would have had this for at least 20 years. That's how long it's been sitting in my stash. So I'm on a mission. I need to use my stash up, get things done, reduce my stash, make a bit of room. Now this one, some music paper. So I'll probably get 2 pages out of this. So I'm just going to cut this in half this way. I'm just going to use my knife up the centre. It's a fairly light paper, so it cuts nice and easily. And then when I fold it in half, it'll fit just nicely in this little book. Has a different size page. And these music book page, I've sprayed them with sprays, colour sprays that you just buy. Nice and simple. Got some mass grid paper, just make that fold nice and solid. Now you can do this a couple of ways, because you could actually fold it this way and trim it that way, which I might actually do. Let's do that. If we fold it this way, I'm not too worried about all my pages lining up, because I'm quite happy for them to be slightly different sizes. And then I'm going to mark the top here, and we'll cut that off. I'm not sure if this cutter is going to go through all these pages. Actually, I'd probably not a good idea to do that, because it is quite thick with the number of pages I've gathered here. Once I've got all these pages together and worked out how many is going into the book, then I will tell you how many pages we've got, because you don't want it too thick, but you want a good amount of pages, because some of these pages I'll probably delete. Now this is a journal card I've made up previously, so I'm just going to, it's got painted and stenciled book page on one side, and then I've covered it in brown paper and a couple of little pickies on the other side. I'm just going to fold this in half, and then I'm going to use this to go into a pocket that we'll put in, and then people can use it as a journal card. This one's similar, a piece of paper that we've jelly printed with some stars, and then this side is just some lined paper with a bit of stenciling on it. So same deal. I'm just going to fold this in half, and we'll put that in a pocket as well. I have some pink dyed papers, so I am rushing through this, but this sort of stuff I'm doing here is quite simple, so I don't think it really needs a lot of time spent on it. Trim this down. Like I said, I've been quite what do you call it? I'm not worrying about sizing too much. I'm not worried about being perfect. I want it to be a bit all over the place, a bit different. Now this one I need to trim down, because they're going to stick out a little bit. Actually, no, they probably won't. We'll leave them as they are, and we'll see how we go. So then I just mix up the pages. So we've got a pink one, then a check one, then we'll do a music page, then we'll do a fishy page, and I'll just go in the same manner that I'm just doing there. Another pink page, another check page, fishy page, little music page, and I haven't put one of these in yet, one of these music book pages. How thick are we? So I've probably got about 10 or 12 pieces of paper there now with my little cover. I'll just have a feel of the thickness. I don't think I'd want to go any thicker than that. It's just a folded piece of paper, so we'll just keep it fairly reasonably thinnish, if you know what I mean, because I don't want to make it too fat, and once you start adding things in there, adding little pockets and things like that, it's obviously going to get bigger. Some of my pages are sticking out a little bit, That's my fishy page. It's just not sitting down very well. That should be better. There we go. Sticking out the ends a little bit. So we will just make sure they're all lined up down the bottom there. And then I'm just going to trim this piece off the top, so we don't have too much sticking out. Got a nice sharp blade here. Excuse me, clearing my throat. My flu / cold / cough / hay fever. I don't know what it is, but it's been hanging around for nearly 3 months now. Driving me a bit bananas. That's why I haven't done a lot of videos, but I figure, well, I'm just going to have to keep going and just do the videos, because otherwise there won't be any. And if everyone wants to see them, there we go. That fits in much nicer. So next thing I want to do before I put the pages in, I want to cover this. And I'm going to use this tissue paper. And it should fit quite nicely. So if I bend it back the other way, I do have a little border around there, which again, like I said, I'm not too worried about being perfect. Just making a quick little journal, nice and easy. I'm going to actually trim that down there. Work out which way I want it to sit over here on this side. I can't pick it up. There we go. No. Fishies are going to have to sit sideways, which is okay. I might have them sit sideways this way, because I'm going to put a pocket over here anyway. So we might put that up near the top, because I'm going to put a pocket on the bottom, and that'll help cover the bottom. So I'm just going to use a glue stick. Oh, my glue stick's gone. I don't know. So we'll just use some PVA glue. I want one that comes out faster. I'll go with this one. I haven't got a glue stick here. Oh dear. Must be all disappeared. I have grandkids visit. Glue sticks go out in the other room. There's too much stuff in here for the grandkids to get into, so I take it outside. And I often work at my lounge at night, so there'll be ones out there as well. So I'll just use some PVA. I'm just going to smoosh it around the edges so it sits nice. Get rid of all those lines a bit. Turn it over. Actually, because we're putting a pocket in, let's put the fishies this way. So I'll put it near the top. Put it at the side there. Smooch it all down nice and hard. Make sure your edges are stuck nicely. If you've got a bone folder, you can use a bone folder. I've had these bone folders for years and I never used to use them, and since I've started doing junk journaling, I've worked out that it really does help stick stuff down. So they're quite good to use for that reason. I'll put this one on the back this way. Get some more glue. Oh, this is just a PVA glue. I'll glue all this down. Hopefully my video is still going. My battery was getting a bit slow, but I really wanted to get a project done today on video, because I haven't put one up for over a week, I think. So I wanted to get one done. Get it out there. Squish off my lines a bit. Excuse my head if my head's in the camera. Just got a rag here. I'm just going to wipe off my fingers, get that glue off my fingers, and we'll stick this down so it's nice and stuck. There we go. So then I'm just going to put a pocket on each side, make it simple. So this piece of card that we've cut off, that I cut off the calendar, just going to trim it a little bit smaller than the actual width of the card so that it doesn't impede with the hinge. And just line it up on lines on this cutting pad. And cut that with my ruler. There we go. Line this other one up. It's good having these cutting pads, so you can just line everything up in the lines. Makes it nice and easy to get square cuts. And then I want to make them shorter because I don't want them too deep. So we will go with about, let's go 1, 2, 3 inches. That should be enough. Go with 3 inches. That will do us. Then we got some more paper left over to play with. 3 inches on the back pocket as well. 2, 3. See how easy these pads make it. You just line it up. Count your inches, count your centimetres, off you go. Now, I will want to cut a notch on my big circle punch here. So I just go roughly in the centre. Oops. Cut out a little notch. Makes it easier to get things in and out of a pocket, and then you know. Also, you know it's a pocket. So this one will go on this side, and I'm going to line it up with where the paper is on this side because we don't want it too close to the edge there. So I'm just going to put a line of glue around the edge. Make sure you definitely got a line of glue there. This glue I'm using here is a PVA, but it's called Tiger Glue. So it holds nice and strong. It's a bit stronger than some of the other PVAs. So I like to use it on pockets, things like that are going to get stress put on them with people pulling things in and out of the pockets. I'm just going to put this really close to the bottom there. Push it down nice and strong on the edges. I won't put anything in the pocket yet because I'm going to leave that glue to dry till it's nice and strong. Same with the back pocket. So you can see how nice and easy it is to make yourself up a quick journal. You can use it for yourself. You can give it as a present. You can put all sorts of goodies inside it. You can fill it with photos or lots of decoration, or you can leave it plain so that the person that you give it to can do whatever they want to do with it. Lots of possibilities. All from a recycled calendar. So the actual cover has cost me nothing. And there we go. We have a cover. So now I'll put my lid on my glue first. Line up my pages in there. Go to the middle. Find the middle. There we go. There's the middle. The nice thing to do in a journal is to put a pretty picture in the middle, which I don't have handy, so I'm not going to do that in this one. And I'm going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So I will use my big clips, paper clips. You can use whatever sort of clips you have just to hold the pages in place while you do your holes and sewing, and keeps it all nice and tidy. So I just do one approximately in the middle, one a little bit from the bottom, and one a little bit from the top. So just push them through That one wants to be a bit tough. There we go. I have some wax thread here. I like using the wax thread because I just feel like it's stronger. It's not going to break in a hurry. It's easy to thread in a needle generally. Nice big needle. A lot of people use blunt needles. I don't actually have any blunt ones, so mine are quite pointy. You just measure your thread 3 times. I got 2 times the length of the book there, and a third time I just add on a little bit more, cut it off there. That's enough thread. If you want to have more thread so you can have it hanging out of the book. So I'm going to have my knot on the outside with this one. So you can either put the knot on the outside of the book or on the inside. It's up to you. So I just thread that through the middle hole, up through the top hole, pull it through, down through the bottom hole. Because it's a nice simple little journal. The sewing's quite easy. Pull through my thread. Now when I go back through the middle hole, just try and hold your thread off to one side, and if you hold it off to the side opposite, if you know what I mean. So make sure I put all my threads on the top side there. Make sure I thread my needle on the bottom side, because you don't want to put the needle through the thread that's there, because then it makes it hard to tighten it, because it once you do it once, you'll see. It's hard to explain, but once the threads are threaded through each other, it makes it hard to tighten. So I just bring this thread over to the other side here. I'll tell you why I'm doing that in a second. So I've got my thread running down there, and I want one of these threads, one on each side. So then I can tie a knot, and it'll hold the book together, because the knot is then over the top of this thread. It won't disappear into the book and come undone. So I'm just going to do a second knot on top of there, and then I'm going to make a little bow so it's pretty, and I'm going to turn the bow into a double bow. So I literally just knot the bow. That way it won't come undone either. It's nice and strong. And I'll just trim this thread off. There we go. So we've got our cute little bow on the outside. Try and organise the threads a bit. This is a wax thread. You can generally pull them into shape where you want them to sit. Just a cute little bow there. And there you go. A journal done. Just like that. Obviously, if you want to go through and do some decorations, these will sit in here. This one in this one, and this one in the back one. Should fit. Yep, they fit in there. And you can do whatever decorations you want inside. Now you have a journal, quick journal. Make it as a gift, give it to a friend, give it to someone you love, then they can decorate it, or you can decorate it and then give it to them. Very quick, very easy, very cheap. Alrighty, please like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye.